Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo. We're family. Another surprise!
Out of the blue.
You want that with fries?
Out of the blue. Come with me across the sea on a barbecue. We're gonna cook for you.
Nothing but blue skies.
Out of the blue.
You want some chili with those fries?
Out of the blue.
Hi and welcome to another episode of Out of the Blue. Today's program comes from the multicultural city of Campbelltown here in South Australia. One of the joys of the Campbelltown area is getting a great cup of coffee. And here at Java Lifestyle Coffee and Tea, Mario's coffee is sure hard to beat. Campbelltown is bordered by the River Torrens and is about 6 kilometres northeast of Adelaide. Charles Campbell came to South Australia in 1838 with the first overland cattle expedition. In 1842, Campbell purchased some fertile land here by the River Torrens, and this is where he built his home, Lock End. Now in 1849, he subdivided 16 acres into 40 gardening blocks under the name Campbelltown. This whole area was well renowned for its celery growing. And when the English market gardeners retired or sold out, the Italian immigrants moved in. But they grew crops we hadn't seen here before.
They changed market gardening. Not so much that they grew different stuff, but they grew it in smaller blocks, in a cooperative basis. They didn't all own a truck or all own a tractor. They owned one truck between 5 or 6 growers and a tractor and that sort of thing. Many of the husbands worked somewhere else, and so the wife and the family worked in the gardens, and they made those gardens live again, really. But by the 60s, the subdivision was happening. 20 houses here, 20 houses there. The land became worth a lot more money to sell than to work, and so one by one, they were offered quite big money from the developers who were everywhere at that time looking for large tracts of land, and so the land just disappeared, and the older Italians who'd worked very hard became very wealthy.
Hey, you're back in the old stomping ground, aren't you?
I certainly am, and absolutely enjoying it. It is sensational.
Well, even the ducks are happy to see you.
They're all happy.
Goose.
Yes, I remember from years ago.
Did you?
Now, Michael, what's the recipe?
We are doing a Mediterranean vegetable frittata with a touch of smoked ocean trout. Okay, Michael, I've got that beautiful oil, and if you can put in your thinly sliced leeks.
See it going over there, then the beautiful
Zarella.
Yes,
onion,
ground out perilla, South Australia.
And some.
Then you've got your fennel.
Yeah, just
and a little bit of chilli, not a lot.
Yeah, because it's really an Italian dish.
Yep.
So I'm just going to do that. And
slice some mushrooms for you.
Yeah, some thinly sliced, and the carrots. We've blanched the broccoli, the potatoes, the carrots.
And a bit of...
No, not yet.
Not yet?
We've got to do this.
You want the paprika?
And how about... yes, a bit of paprika. Hello?
We'll just go to the...
Well, you go to the supermarket, are you?
Come in close.
Have a look at Mickey's little shopping.
What would you like? We've got cayenne pepper, a little bit of that, of course from fresh.
All right, could you put that in the egg? I reckon
in the egg.
And beat it in the egg.
Michael, you sure?
Mickey, please.
Okay, look, how much in the egg?
That's enough.
I was going to say.
I just thought you're getting very generous. Now, Mickey, let's put the mushrooms.
Mushrooms, yeah.
Can you just cut the florets? Aren't they called florets? No, the florets. That's the broccoli.
Yeah. You should have put them in cold icy water, Michael.
Sorry, Mickey?
You should have put them in cold icy water.
You told me that.
Look at that.
I was in a hurry to do the prepping.
Do you want them cut up?
Yes, please. Just
like that.
Yeah, reasonable.
Well,
here's a piece of potatoes. How about put the whole board in for me? The whole board. Tip it in, because we're just about ready to go.
Right.
Now a bit of fish.
Yep.
And I'm just going to use some of that. Spread it out. Yep. Get a bit of that. We don't need the bones, do we? No. That's boneless. Beautiful. Is now.
What sort of fish is that?
That's that lovely smoked ocean trout. Now, Mickey, can you pour in the egg?
Beautiful. Just give it a bit of a whisk.
Put in the egg. Normally, what you do is put this back in an oven for about 10 minutes. So until the egg, and we do a little trick, but we're going to do it in the pan. We're going to turn down the heat. So this cooks slowly in the pan.
There we are. Beautiful.
Okay, I'll just give it a bit of a shake. And can you grated parmesan? Put a bit of pepper. All the way around. And I just let it distribute a bit. All right, now what we need to do, as it's nearly finishing, I'm going to put the lid on and we're going to let that set. Do you want to do the honours?
No, you.
Oh, yeah, because if it's no good. Here we are. It was hot. Hey! It's like a Michael's paella.
It's a
Crunchy
paella.
on the bottom.
There's a frittata.
No, hang on, no.
Paella.
Listen, I told you it's best in the oven.
Michael, but seriously, the smell is amazing.
But look, but hang on.
Because the onions have caramelised, burnt,
They have.
nicked. They've been...
But look at that.
Oh,
That's
well.
the taste. Bravo, Michele. Bravo.
There we are, Mediterranean frittata with smoked fish. After the break, join me on the Flavours of Campbelltown food trail. As the market gardens slowly evolved into suburbs and housing, the food growers didn't disappear. In fact, they went from growers to producers. And the city of Campbelltown has signed up some of these local food producers for the food trail called the Flavours of Campbelltown. Come with me.
Welcome everyone to the Flavours of Campbelltown food trail. It's lovely to have you all here today.
It's fabulous to see the whole area take another giant step in particularly in food.
But it's a wonderful initiative of the Campbelltown Council. Obviously they created the food trail to recognise and acknowledge all of the wonderful food producers in the area. So today we're going to be visiting 4 of them. We're going to Salter and Bocca, which are wonderful for their biscotti, and we're going to San Jose Small Goods, one of the most awarded small goods manufacturers in the country. We're going to Fudge It, a delightful company owned by a beautiful couple from Athelston that have just moved into a premises at Newton. And then we're going to LBO's Dessert Factory at Newton. He's one of our most popular stops.
Yeah.
Everyone always wants to visit LBO. It's something to
Do we
look
get any
forward to.
samples on the tour?
Absolutely, absolutely.
This is my business, Salter and Bocca. The name means jump in mouth in Italian. We make high-end biscotti and almond bread and French biscuits too. I think you'd like this one.
Oh, do they look superb?
This is our 6th year, and I'm proud to say the business is doing well. It's very hands-on. It'll always remain small and homemade, handmade. I can't see this particular product being mechanised and not hand-packed, not hand-piped. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. It would not taste the same.
Now, who is in charge? Campbelltown is very special, and the most important thing of this area is that the council in this area is very proactive, and they actually work together with the business. They try to help the businesses to attract people in the area. I'm involved in an industry that is exciting, that is challenging, that is competitive, and I love what I'm doing.
We have this business going since 2002. It's a small company which we try to do our best and do things the old-fashioned way and traditional by using fresh South Australian female pork, which is very important because it hasn't got that raw tang, you know, it doesn't smell. And if you actually consume that meat or eat it, it's so nice and tender, doesn't smell. It's pretty much like baby veal. Job done.
Jose's products are products that are multi-award winning. Currently he is Deli Champion of Australia, so that means that a little person like Jose has actually defeated all the other big small goods companies in Australia to win that national title, and it's not the first year that he's done that. This is our wonderful black pig jamon, thinly sliced. We recommend that you eat it like this with perhaps grissini sticks.
Fudge It was started by my wife and I when I decided I was going to retire in 2008. She thought that wasn't a real good idea, so we started a little hobby. The idea to bring in a few dollars but occupy my time. Now, Fudge It's gone from being a weekend operation to a 7-day operation for 2 of us, and plus we're employing other people now. I had no experience in confectionery. Paula had some experience in cake decorating, and she's been a great cook. My claim to fame in that area is I like food, I like eating, and I like drinking. And from there, we've built up this business, and it's consumed us, I guess. We like what we do. We have a passion for what we do. So we get up in the morning not fearing the day, but we embrace it.
After the break, Adam Swanson draws on the myriad of cultures in Campbelltown to whip up a wicked risotto recipe.
So here I am today at beautiful Thornton Park. Look at this surrounding, and part of the city of Campbelltown. And you know what? Migrants. My family came from Italy. My mum's side did actually, and we lived in Rostrevor, which is part of the city of Campbelltown. So I was one of those migrants, grew up in Campbelltown, Rostrevor, Athelston, fantastic place to grow up as a kid. And today, there's so many different migrants coming across. There's a lot of people coming from India, Korea, China. So today's recipe I thought about, let's get into some Indian spices. I love Indian curries, so I thought about making a beautiful lamb rogan josh. And inside of that, normally we think about adding some rice. Forget the rice. Today we're going to do a beautiful San Remo saffron risotto. Now, saffron, quite expensive. If you can't get your hands on the saffron, turmeric works in the same way. It will give you that nice, vibrant, gold, yellow colour. So in we go, we'll put the whole lot in there. So there we go, I've cooked my risotto pasta there. Beautiful saffron's clinged onto it. Look at that vibrant golden colour. Look at the threads of saffron in there. Now, in we go. Look, nice and hot. We're using the red one because it's a little bit sweeter than your standard brown and white, and you want it to caramelise down and get this beautiful golden colour. Cook that away. Now this is going to take about 3 to 5 minutes, leaving it on a nice high heat. So at this point, I take it off the heat and I put this through a food processor and get it nice and blended to a paste. That is the base to our fantastic curry. So there it is, nice and pasty, that onion, come from the food processor, and this is the base. This is what the curries are all about. And the Indian kitchen ends tell me at work that this is the most important part of your curry, getting the base right. So we've got that beautiful onion there. Now we've got some lovely spices here. We've got some turmeric. Now it's all just 1 tablespoon of ground turmeric. We've got a little bit of red chili powder. Then we have some garam masala. That here is our Rogan Josh curry powder. Keep stirring. You must stir a curry. You must at this point keep it working around. And next one into the pan, we've got some ground coriander. Now I'm going to add 2 different types of coriander. That's our ground, and this is our dried, just our dried leaves. So just a good pinch of that into there also. In goes the lamb. I've got about 1 kilo here. Yogurt, about a cup worth of yogurt. So in it goes. You want to cook that for a couple minutes, just giving it a stir every now and then. Chicken stock, vegetable stock, or even water. There's enough flavour in there, but I'm using chicken stock today, just to work with my lamb. Place the lid on top. Bring it up to the boil, and the reason why we bring it to the boil, so the heat's in there and it's getting all bubbling away and working away. Drop it down to a simmer and cook it for a good hour. Every 15 to 20 minutes, just have a look and give it a stir, so that way none of the spices catch onto the bottom of the pan. So have a look at this curry. About an hour into it, nice and reduced down. Look at that beautiful sauce on there. And if I just press on it, oh, can't wait to eat this. So this is my inspired lamb, Rogan Josh, Indian flavours.
Hey, Mickey, tell me about the moonlight markets.
Well, Michael, they're in this beautiful Thornton Park, which used to be a reservoir years ago, and the council, Campbelltown Council, thought it's not used enough. And so they figured out that if they had something different, like a market, but held it only for a few nights per year in the warmer weather, and they came up with the idea of a moonlight market. And, you know, people are voting with their feet because each moonlight market, they are getting, you know, in excess of 10,000 people.
The markets are fantastic. Local people, local friends, local produce, the community comes together, fantastic.
After the break, Michael and I cook up spaghetti and fish balls. What can Out of the Blue present tonight?
What can we present
for the people of Campbelltown?
While the sun's setting over the yard iron.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Well, over the reservoir.
Over the reservoir.
Yeah.
How about, because we're in
these are your little
Italian
balls.
former market gardening country.
Yes.
So spaghetti and meatballs. How about spaghetti and fish balls? But
Really?
not, we made our own fish balls. Let's clarify that. And
What,
let me just, before I do that, can I just put in spring onions?
Beautiful.
We use, to make the fish balls, we use prawns, uncooked prawn meat, a lovely white fish which is sticky, and all we added was some fennel, spring onions and
Fantastic.
chives, an egg, and some of these Peiko or Japanese
how
bread
good are
crumbs.
they?
Aren't they great? All I'm going to do is soften those up a bit.
Yep.
Oh, can I have
A little bit of garlic.
a little bit of garlic, that G-fresh garlic?
G-fresh, of course.
Yes, and because you've been well behaved,
Yeah.
and you're an ambassador on the food trail,
Yes.
how about some?
A little bit of chilli.
Yeah, only to keep you happy. Okay.
This is, Michael, you'll love this. It's one of the spices that I have of G-fresh that I use fairly regularly.
Want a little bit more?
Yeah.
That should do it. All right, now can you put in some of this fantastic
Beautiful.
spicy marinara sauce, Michael?
Yep, here we go.
Made in South Australia,
Yeah.
using only South Australian ingredients.
Look at that.
Okay,
Yeah,
now
beautiful.
can you have some pepper?
Oh, look at it, Michael. Don't you love this one?
Yep, do you like that?
Fantastic.
Get in
Look at
some of the
that.
barbecue.
Oh, look. Shall I put some barbecue in it?
We
or
just
not?
did.
I was at the barbecue.
He gets a bit excited. All right, a little bit more pepper.
It's just the
Okay.
normal pepper.
Can you please put in the fish balls?
Beautiful.
Okay.
There you are.
Look, just spoon it over. These will not take long to cook.
This is
They
something
can-
we prepared earlier.
Yeah, and we use that lovely cobran oil
Yep.
to. Okay. Do we need to put a lid on it? Someone sort of reckons we haven't used our lid.
On the
Michael?
lid.
Yeah, okay, you put it in. And look,
Let's look at
because kids
Love.
love spaghetti and meatballs,
Love
but why
spaghetti
not
and meatballs.
treat them to fish balls? And if
Bit
you don't
more?
want to use prawns, you can use fish.
Bit more?
A bit more. Okay,
Right.
I only want another couple of minutes, so can you
Yep.
give me the lid?
Lid.
Now, that would feed a family of 4. That's using a packet of pasta,
Yep.
a half a kilo of seafood, so what
Yep.
do we say? $2, $10, $12,
To do that.
$15.
15.
This spaghetti and fishball dish will go really well with a drop of Shiraz. Browns of Pathaway is a family-owned winery that was established on the Limestone Coast in 1970. Their wines reflect the region and are all estate grown. They carefully select from the extensive vineyards to make this tea trellis Shiraz, which is powerful but not over the top, and it's well balanced. The earthy flavours, with hints of pepper, lead into a lovely soft palate which echoes the nose with spices and fruits. It's a great drop to enjoy with our spaghetti and fish balls. Well, that's all we have time for today, and we hope you've enjoyed the program. But don't forget to visit our website or like us on Facebook. Oh no! I left my headlights on and now my battery's flat. Thank goodness for the RAA. Great for those situations when you're stuck.
Hello. Great, how you going? Good, Michael. Hello, Michael. John. Great, John.
John recommended